I wouldn't be surprised if Microsoft it goes third party. I wouldn't be surprised at that because of the simple fact that you have first and foremost they're doing pretty well on PC with their games on PC. As far as Game Pass go, I don't know what kind of profit they're making over there, but clearly they don't care about actually selling hardware. It's more about the software that they're selling, and for them to try to jump over to the you know PC and now possibly PlayStation, it's probably going to be sometime by the end of the generation that this is going to happen. Now in 2023, Xbox sales only was what 7.6 million uh as far as consoles, and I mean the PS5 is outperforming the Xbox nearly 3-1. And I don't know if they're making any profit off of that. I mean, I don't really look at numbers like that, but I normally look at what a company does, and based on what we see here, it's probably just better for them to just put their stuff on other platforms. I mean, I've heard like Sea of Thieves is probably going to PlayStation. PlayStation already tried this before when they put some of their stuff. Well, I ain't gonna say some of their stuff, but they put MLB The Show on Xbox, which was more like an MLB thing. But you're looking at now where it's probably going to be a reality where it's going to be Nintendo, Sony, and that's it as far as hardware being sold to the customer. Microsoft, and I'm not necessarily against this. If you think about it, for me, I'm not, because Microsoft to me always just felt like a computer. Even in the 360 days where it seemed like it was more a consoleized thing, it felt like it was still like they're a PC company. They do software for PC. The original Xbox, which I have back here, um, I love that console. It's my favorite console, but it felt like even back then, it felt like it was a computer to me. It never really rendered to me as a home console. It just felt like it was a box that played PC games. You look at Half Life, you look at Counter Strike, you look at all the games that they did back then. They were like very close to what the PCs was running back then. So nowadays they're just going back to their roots. I mean, that's what it looks like. It just looks like they're just going back to their roots, and it's whatever. Look, I know there are some people out here, and I talked to some people that are really, they really want to see the console war continue to go because they feel like competition breeds, excellence. And I believe that. But I think we've gotten to a point now where these companies just don't care. They just don't. They've gotten to the point where these companies just want to make money. They want to break bread together. They want to play like they're against each other, but behind the scenes, they're all dapping it up and having hugs and loves and all that. That's why Minecraft was a big deal on Xbox and Nintendo. They were doing their thing at one point. You thought that Xbox Live was going to go to Nintendo, which I don't think that's going to be. I think Nintendo's a little bit too stubborn to do that. They don't want nothing to do with other people, but they don't mind working, but they're going to keep their stuff close to the chest. I think Xbox is like they're pretty much the opposite. They don't really mind if like they just got the Call of Duty situation, the Activision thing. They're going to put that on, they're going to put that on PlayStation, obviously. And they say as what it's supposed to be exclusive for like 10 years or something like that. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't think any of that stuff will be exclusive. I don't think any of that stuff will be solely on an Xbox or PC. I don't think they're going to ever shut out Sony in any of these companies that they have from Activision Blizzard. Now I just don't see it. I mean, 10 years from now, we probably not even gonna think about it. 2034 comes around and be like, oh, now Call of Duty is gonna be on an nah, it might be a new IP that's better than everything that we have now that's gonna be out. But it's just that I just wouldn't be surprised at this point. I just feel like you're looking at a company now that understands like, look, we can just sell the games and we can just stick to, possibly, we may throw them a bone as far as the hardware stuff, but is it to me it just doesn't seem like that's their interest. I mean, it really isn't. I mean, they want to put stuff on, separate platforms and have fun. They're some of their stuff out there is basically encouraging you to get Ultimate Game Pass on PC and rock out that way. I mean, there's just a lot of suggestion, type of advertising for you to do that. I mean, I don't see much out there telling you to buy a Series S or X or anything like that. It just seems like at the end of the day, Microsoft's like, look, y'all had fun with the first three consoles we had. The fourth one is not doing that good. Hell, the last one before the Xbox One didn't do the best. PlayStation has this console thing, sold up. Let them have the consoles. We'll make money on the back end with the software and actually we'll probably even put our stuff on the PlayStation, and we'll make money that way. Because I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, if you've been around long enough, I mean, you can even go back and look at Sega. What Sega did with the Dreamcast, it basically saved the company when they went third party. Because once they got out of the business because the Dreamcast wasn't selling that well, once they jumped over and started putting all of their Sega titles on PlayStation and Xbox, and they put some on the GameCube, they almost got out of the red like immediately. So it's like, I don't think Microsoft is in the red. I mean, they make a bunch of money, but I mean, how many times you're gonna go losing 3-1 to a console? I mean, that's basically was the case with the Dreamcast. It's the same thing with the Saturn. I mean, you can even make the case with the GameCube. And what Nintendo did was like, look, we're not even going to be trying to make these, and they haven't done it since. Like after the traditional GameCube, they was like, nah, we're just going to make stuff family friendly, and it's just going to make a device that can play games like a console. But these are not necessarily consoles. We're just going to make a family device for everybody. And that's what they've been doing with the Wii, the Wii U, and now the Switch. And the next one's probably gonna be the same way. It's just a family device. They're not even trying to put stuff out there to compete with the likes of Sony or Microsoft. They're doing their own thing. And it just so happens that now you have these same companies that these third-party companies want to put their games on the Switch because the games can run on it and it's selling like crazy. I mean, I don't think the Switch was ever intended to be playing Mortal Kombat 1 or WWE 2K or NBA 2K or Call of Duty. It's not built for that. So they know their lane. Will Microsoft know theirs as well? Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised. The only thing about it between Nintendo and Microsoft basically run the PC business. They do Windows, they can collaborate with Steam, or they can just do things on their own Microsoft, Xbox, store, and just do their own thing. So it's not as far-fetched, and I wouldn't be surprised. It's just the way it is. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. All these guys who want to fight this console war thing, I mean, have at it. You guys are awesome. I mean, you have much more stamina than I do when it comes to that. Because I'm good. I as far as gaming goes, I'm good where I am, and I just don't feel like I have the need to go that far as down on a console. If I like it, I'm gonna buy it. I mean, it is what it is. But I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here, and I'll just see you guys on the next one, man. Yeah, like, share, and subscribe. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Y'all be blessed. I'm out. Peace.